Love is one of the most mysterious and beautiful feelings, and it leaves its mark in the deepest corners of our consciousness. Let's take a look at some surprising psychological facts that reveal the secrets of our behavior in love relationships. 1. Chemistry of love. When we talk about love, the words chemistry and chemical reaction are often used, and this is not at all accidental. Our brain undergoes a real chemical sensation when we fall in love. The main player in this chemistry is dopamine, one of the main neurotransmitters responsible for feelings of pleasure and reward. When we meet someone who makes us feel excited and attracted, dopamine levels in our brain begin to rise. This occurs largely due to the activation of neural pathways associated with reward and pleasure. Our brains literally experience a euphoria similar to what an addict experiences when using drugs. This biochemical process is the basis of our attraction to another person and explains many aspects of our behavior during the period of love. We often strive to spend more time with those we love because it increases dopamine production and enhances our feelings of happiness and satisfaction. However, like any chemistry, these feelings cannot last forever. After some time, dopamine levels decrease and lovers move on to a more stable stage of the relationship. But it is this chemistry of love, this initial euphoria, that often makes the beginning of a relationship so exciting and unique. 2. Lonely heart. Feeling lonely is not only an emotional state, but also a physical sensation that can cause real pain. The brain processes emotional pain in the same way as physical pain, activating the same parts of the brain. This explains why loneliness can be so painful for a person. Interestingly, modern neuroscience research shows that loneliness can lead to changes in brain function, including increased activity in parts of the brain associated with emotional pain and stress. Thus, a person suffering from loneliness may experience real physical pain, which is reflected in his emotional state. Additionally, loneliness can have serious health consequences. Multiple studies show that long-term loneliness is associated with an increased risk of cardiovascular disease, depression, anxiety disorders, and even premature death. These psychological and neuroscientific facts highlight the importance of social connection and interaction for our well-being. Understanding how loneliness affects our brain and our emotional state helps us develop strategies to combat it and create more supportive and healthy social environments. 3. Ideal moment. There is a phenomenon called perfect timing syndrome. This is when people meet their soulmate at the most unexpected moment, when they are not looking for love at all. This can happen in a store, on the street, while traveling, or even in the most ordinary everyday moment. One explanation for this phenomenon is that when we are not expecting to meet someone special, we are often more open to new acquaintances and interactions. Our protective barrier that can sometimes arise when looking for a partner is lowered, and we become more open to new opportunities. In addition, in such unexpected situations, our true character traits can emerge, and we can show ourselves in the best light without being locked into standard patterns of behavior or impressions. Interestingly, such chance encounters can create a special atmosphere, full of mystery and romance. We often associate such moments with something special and unique, which makes our relationships more vibrant and memorable. Thus, the ideal moment to meet your partner can come at any time and anywhere. The main thing is to be open to new opportunities and ready to accept them, even if they seem completely unexpected. 4. Illusion of control. The illusion of control is a psychological phenomenon in which people mistakenly believe that they can control their partner's feelings and behavior, or even change them according to their own desires. This often manifests itself in relationships where one partner believes they have control over a situation when in fact they may not have such control. The reason for this illusion is often related to our tendency to see ourselves at the center of everything that happens and the desire to maintain stability and predictability in relationships. We strive to control the world around us, including the behavior and reactions of our loved ones, in order to feel safer and more confident. However, an excessive desire for control can become a source of conflict and tension in relationships. When one partner tries to control the other, it often causes resistance and negative emotions in the latter, which can ultimately lead to a breakdown of trust and the breakdown of the relationship. It is important to realize that relationships are built on mutual respect, support, and trust, and not on controlling the other person. Partners should be able to express their desires and boundaries, discuss differences, and find compromises together, rather than trying to change each other or control every aspect of their partner's life. Thus, recognizing and overcoming the illusion of control helps us build healthier, harmonious, and long-lasting relationships based on mutual respect and support. 5. Law of attraction. This law explains the tendency of people to be attracted to those who are similar to their parents. This may seem strange at first glance, but there are certain psychological and evolutionary mechanisms that may be behind this phenomenon. Sometimes we choose partners who remind us of our parents because they activate emotional associations with our childhood and family experiences. If our parents were caring, loving, and supportive, we may tend to be attracted to people with similar qualities because it makes us feel comfortable and safe. On the other hand, if our relationship with our parents was difficult or traumatic, we may subconsciously try to correct or compensate for these negative experiences through our relationship with our partner. For example, a person who grew up in a dysfunctional family may be subconsciously attracted to people who resemble those who could provide the care and support that he did not receive as a child. Additionally, sharing personality traits or behaviors with parents can create a kind of synergy or sense of similarity that attracts people to each other. It is important to note that the law of attraction is not absolute and does not necessarily apply to all people. Many factors can influence who we attract and choose as a partner, including our individual history, cultural influences, social environment, and more. However, understanding this law can help us better understand why we are attracted to certain people and how our relationships may be connected to our past and our family relationships. 6. The phenomenon of chemistry. Chemistry between people is that mysterious force that can be immediately noticeable upon first meeting or gradually develop over time. There's more to it than just common interests or physical attraction. It is an involuntary feeling of synchronization that occurs between two people and can be difficult to explain in words. This phenomenon of chemistry can manifest itself in various forms. It can be an intense feeling of closeness and understanding that arises between two people at once, as if they had known each other for a long time. Or it could be a sincere attraction, an attraction that makes the heart beat faster and thoughts swirl around one person. Psychologically, this is explained by the fact that there may be a certain chemical compatibility between us and our potential partners based on our genetics, emotional state, and personality traits. This interaction can activate certain areas of the brain associated with pleasure and reward, enhancing our feelings and emotions. However, it's worth noting that chemistry doesn't always mean a relationship will be successful or lasting. This is just one of the factors that influence our feelings and attraction to another person. It is also important to consider other aspects of the relationship, such as mutual respect, trust, compatibility of values, and willingness to work on the relationship. However, the phenomenon of chemistry remains an amazing and mysterious aspect of love and human interaction that continues to excite and inspire us in our desire for intimacy and closeness with other people. 7. Fear of loss. Fear of loss is a natural feeling that many people in relationships experience when they feel threatened by the loss of their partner or their relationship. This fear can arise from various situations such as cheating, a breakup, or simply the fear of being alone. The experience of loss activates our emotional responses and makes us more appreciative of what we have. This phenomenon may be related to our natural tendency to maintain stability and security in relationships. We strive to preserve what we have and are afraid of losing what has become important and dear to us. However, sometimes this fear of loss can lead to negative consequences for relationships. It can lead to overdependence on a partner, control, and jealousy, which can ultimately compromise trust and freedom in the relationship. Interestingly, it is the fear of loss that can motivate us to take action and change in our relationships. It can make us appreciate and respect our partners more, express our love and care for them, and strive to create stronger and more lasting relationships. Understanding this phenomenon helps us become aware of our emotional reactions and fears in relationships and develop strategies to overcome them. It also helps us better understand and maintain our relationships, making them healthier, more sustainable, and more satisfying for us and our partners. 8. Psychology of gifts. Gifts play an important role in our relationships, and the psychology of gift giving and how it is perceived is very interesting. When we give or receive a gift, it is not just a material object, but a way of expressing attention, care, and love for another person. Interestingly, it is often not the cost or size of a gift that makes it special, but the care and attention that goes into choosing or creating it. A small gift that reflects the recipient's individual interests or desires may evoke stronger emotional reactions than an expensive, luxurious gift that is chosen without much regard for personal preferences. The psychology of gifts is also related to the symbolism they carry. A gift can be a symbol of our devotion and affection for a partner, a symbol of past memories or future hopes. In this way, gifts can strengthen the connection between people and create a special emotional experience. However, it is important to remember that it is not always easy to give and receive gifts. Some people may feel a sense of obligation or even awkwardness when receiving gifts, while others may worry that their gift may not be good or appropriate enough. Ultimately, the psychology of gifts reminds us of the importance of paying attention to our partners, their desires and preferences. It is a way of expressing our care and love and helps strengthen and improve our relationships, making them closer, more intimate, and more satisfying. 9. The role of physical contact. Physical contact plays a key role in our relationships and affects our emotional state and well-being. From simple touch to hugs and kisses, physical contact allows us to express our emotions, create intimate connections, and strengthen our relationships. One of the main mechanisms through which physical contact affects us is the release of oxytocin, a hormone that is associated with feelings of attachment, trust, and satisfaction. When we have physical contact with our loved ones, the level of oxytocin in our body increases, which causes feelings of warmth, peace, and happiness. Physical contact is also a mode of communication that can convey emotional information and support without words. It can be an expression of love, comfort, support, or simply a way to share affection and attraction. However, it is important to remember that physical contact can be perceived differently in different cultures and environments, and it is important to do so with consent and respect for the partner. Each person has their own preferences and boundaries, and it is important to take them into account when establishing physical contact. Ultimately, physical contact is an important aspect of our relationships that allows us to create closer and more intimate connections with our partners. It promotes our emotional well-being, strengthens our relationships, and makes them more harmonious and satisfying. 10. The influence of shared experiences. Shared experiences are events or moments that people experience together, whether they are joyful events, difficult trials, or just everyday moments in life. The impact of these shared experiences on the relationship can be profound and long-lasting. When we experience something together with our partner, it strengthens our bond and creates a sense of team spirit and mutual support. These can be positive experiences that strengthen our emotional bonds, or negative experiences that allow us to grow and develop together. Interestingly, Shared experiences can give us a feeling of inner closeness and understanding of each other. When we share experiences with a partner, it creates shared memories and unique situations that strengthen our bond and make our relationship more unique and valuable to us. In addition, shared experiences can be a way of overcoming difficulties and challenges in a relationship. When we face problems or challenges together with our partner, it strengthens our cohesion and trust in each other, which helps us overcome difficulties and move forward together. Thus, shared experiences play an important role in our relationships, strengthening our bonds, creating shared memories, and bonding us together with our partner. They make our relationships more meaningful, more sustainable, and more satisfying by helping us grow and develop with our loved ones. Ultimately, surprising psychological facts about love and human behavior highlight the complexity and diversity of our relationships. From the chemistry of falling in love to the illusion of control, from the law of attraction to the rose-colored glasses effect, each of these factors influences our behavior and perceptions in love. We see that love is not only an emotion, but also the result of complex biological, psychological, and social processes. Understanding these factors helps us gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our relationships, develop healthy interaction strategies, and create more satisfying and lasting connections with our partners.